What's going on, fellas? Today we smacked the trade. We freaking smacked a beautiful, kind of sketchy continuation towards data highs. But if you guys watched yesterday's video, we had this combine, right? And the max loss limit was only $500 away. And I'm usually risking around 1,000 on these combine trades. So what did I do? I bought another combine. Yes, I got the funds to buy these shits. I buy another combine. I copy trade them. And we smack a beautiful trade with no drawdown. So now both accounts have a hefty max loss limit and we're sitting pretty. All your boy has to do is just not take a dumbass trade, not over leverage and blow 90% of this max loss limit. All I gotta do is get another decent sized win, and we have now two XFAs. And my psychology is low key better when trading with the multiple accounts, because with the one combine I felt myself being a little reckless, and the reason being is it's only $50. Like, motherfuckers, literally 1 weekend out. This is what's crazy, dude. 1 weekend out, and by out I mean like drinking, going to a bar, anything, right? 1 weekend out is easy $100 to $200. Now let's do the freaking math, boys. You go out, you get an Uber with your boys. That's already $10 each right there, depending on how far away you are from the joint. That's $10 right there. Cover $20. You're already 30 deep. 30 deep. You could even be 50 deep if the Uber is hella expensive. You're 50 deep already, right? You say you didn't even pregame, you're gonna have to drink a good amount. Say you get 5 drinks at the bar, $10 each, $50 plus tip. That's like already $110, $120. Uber home, another 20, 120, 130. You're in and that's just one night out, brother. Times that by 2, you're in 240 for the weekend. And motherfuckers are scared to buy a $50 funded eval. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Are you ridiculous, dude? Dude, motherfuckers are out here spending $50 a month on OF memberships, and they're scared to spend $50 on evals. You gotta really go with, you know what I mean? Really rinse these evals. As long as you have a good trading system, good trading style, you know what you're doing to some degree. Don't be scared to risk heavy on these evals, please, man. But what I was saying, when I'm trading with two evals, it's a little bit more expensive, $100. So I'm a lot more cautious, and I feel myself only really wanting to take the A+ setups. So let's just go over what we saw today. As you guys see, we're reacting off this 4-hour bullish for value gap on NQ right here. Boom, right? I don't even need to draw it. You guys see, right? Nice bullish wick out of there. Very nice hourly close too. Where's price going, bro? Look at what price is doing. Right here's a 4-hour gap. Nice wick, displacement higher. You could even enter off the 15-minute, off the 5-minute. It's super clear. Like, and we have this swing high, this all-time high right here. So you can honestly just enter off this hourly, TP at all-time highs, and stop loss at this body low. And this is like this isn't even a bad trade right here. You could honestly just go break even already after taking out the data high. But I don't trade like that. Let's go over the way I trade. So I see price displacing higher, but I was sitting in this chop for so long, right? I see price displace higher, and I saw price create this 5-minute for value gap. So I wanted to see price this retrace into this 5-minute gap, and I waited damn near like, I don't even know, dude. I waited damn near 40 minutes for price to retrace into this gap, and we just weren't getting any taps, any deeper retraces. And that's why I think it's very important to like low-key distract yourself when you're on the charts, because if I wasn't watching YouTube, or if I wasn't like doing something else on my computer, dude, I would have gotten caught and probably entered some bullshit like from right here, seeing this CISD, seeing this little displacement higher. I would have entered here, but like the fact that I was distracted, I was totally okay with not taking a trade. I was just, you know what I mean, not even really paying attention to the charts. I just knew that I wanted to see price um, tap into this gap. And then this 5-minute gap turned into a 15-minute gap, mapped that out, and we still didn't get any retraces, right? So I was pretty much like done for the day. I was like, dude, like if we're not gonna, like, look how choppy price is. Look at the 5-minute. Like, this is disgusting, you know? But I was so confident in this 830 draw, this data high right here, that like I really, really would have entered off of any sort of okay setup, right? And an okay setup for me, there's two criteria for me. I need a bullish or whatever, I need a nice displacing reaction out of a PD array. So I see that we edge this 15-minute gap, right? We edge it so we can get rid of that. But what do we do here? We break structure right here, creating a nice 2-minute fair value gap, right? And this 2-minute fair value gap is very nice because if you draw the fib 2, it's like right around that equilibrium level. So there's a lot of confluences in this general area right here. This fair value gap is in a beautiful area. It looks very, very nice. It can provide a lot of support for price, right? So what do? Your board waits for price to retrace into this PD array. We wait for price to give us some sort of nice displacing candle reaction, and this candle for me was enough. I low-key would have entered the old version of me would have entered off of this tiny candle right here because we got a wick, and I would just be so horny to get involved, but I would have gotten stopped out there. And once I got stopped out, I was like, all right, we're probably gonna inverse this candle, retrace lower into this 15-minute gap. But no, we ended up holding that 2-minute gap, and we look at this 2-minute nice reaction out of it. Like, dude, that is all I need to see. So I enter off this displacing candle right here. I originally enter with 2 minis, I believe. Yeah, 2 minis, and then I just scale in a bunch. So I went in with 2 minis here, boom, and then after seeing this nice displacing candle after my entry, I enter with another 2 minis right at this level, and this brought my break-even point to like around here. And then after this candle, I entered with another mini. So at the end of the trade, I was in with 5 minis. And you guys can do the math right here. It's kind of hard to see. But look, +2, +2, +1 right here. So I entered originally off this candle right here. And then I entered 2 more off of, where is it? This candle. And then I entered another one off of the top of this candle. And then I got TP'd right here, -5 right here. So yeah, that was the trade. I like this trade a lot because the draw was super clear. We had a very nice bullish reaction out of a bullish PD array, and we had a very, very nice break-even point. Like the chances of us coming up and not taking out this internal high was super rare. Like, I don't know, it would be crazy if we have this sort of reaction and then we dump again. But that was totally possible because this kind of market condition isn't the best. So I was kind of weary originally and even entering this trade, but this next candle after my entry, this nice 1-minute displacing candle, really gave me the confidence to start scaling it even more. And it paid off. I got break even very, very close. Some of these candles got very close to my break even point, but God bless. I was sending some prayers out like, God, please don't break even me. Like, I really want to get this win. I really want to get this win because at the end of the day, neither me or you can control what the hell happens on the charts. You know, our job is just to react to what's happening and kind of just go off of what price is showing us and try to make good decisions according to our plan. But yeah, this trade was really decent. Nice 1-to-1. Could have even put the stop here, 1 to 1.6, but yeah, and the fact that I took this on both accounts it makes it even sweeter of a win because that's $2,400. Imagine if this was an XFA, brother. If this was an XFA, man, that's pretty much guaranteeing me for like a 2-3K payout because if you get nice win like this on your first trade of your XFA, all you need is a couple, 4 more winning days of $150. That's another almost $1,000 of profit. So you can take, if you want to take half your balance from that, say you just have a 2K balance, $1,000 times 2 accounts, $2,000 payout. Boom, just like off of one win like this, you could pretty much guarantee yourself a 2K payout. Now, once I get to the point of me trading like that, I have to figure out a way to get these winning days with as little risk possible. And I don't know if it's, I've seen some people like, say price is displacing towards this draw, say on ES, right? Some people, once it just gets close enough, they'll just enter with a mini and just have a very, very tight stop and just hope that price, like any sort of little up, push in their direction, they'll just close out whenever it hits 150 or 200. But like that's sketchy because like, what if you enter that and then it just goes immediately against you? You know, like I don't want to. I mean, I guess it's just $200, right? Like you're just scalping. But say you get in a hole and you try to scalp that $200, you end up losing 200, and then you get like, you want to like revenge trade it back, and then you're down 400. Like, dude, that's fucking $400 of profit right there gone. So I don't know. I gotta think about my strategy in terms of getting winning days. But definitely on setups that you're gonna like the meat of your profit are gonna come from the A+ setups like this. But the issue is these setups are very, very rare in my opinion. Like this week we actually had a great amount of setups. This week, if you guys watched yesterday's video, you know this loss came from a trade that doesn't even follow my model. But the trade I manually closed early out of, that would have ended up playing out. So this week we had 3 pretty A+ setups in my opinion. This week we had 3 A+ setups. That's already, bro, if you're risking $1,000 on each of those days, that's over 3K of profit. 2 more winning days, and you're requesting a $3,000 to $4,000 payout if it's on 2 accounts. Like, dude, the amount of money you can make with trading is insane, dude, and that's why I can never give up. There's literally no way I can ever let this side hustle or this hustle, I can never give it up. It's such easy money, but it's so hard to get to the point where it becomes easy, if that makes sense. Like once you understand how to play the game, once you understand what it takes to actually be like a profitable trader and like stick to your plan, dude, once you get into like a habit of being a profitable trader, this shit is so easy, bro. Like think about it as this. Like imagine this was your job. You wake up, you go to work. Your workday is only 2 hours, by the way, and 90% of your workday you're just sitting on YouTube. I literally 90% of the time you're not even gonna be taking trades. You're just gonna be sitting and watching. And for me, I can't be on a chart looking at the chart I can't just sit there and look at these lines print, because I'll end up getting bored and just taking in my brain I'll just imagine a crazy setup. So I need to literally remove myself from the chart, distract myself, and then I'm so used to seeing like an actual A+ setup that I don't even have to be really locked in while looking at the charts. I can be like kind of glancing every couple of minutes and I'll know whether an A+ setup is coming or not. And a big hint for me is like a displacement in one direction. If we don't get, if this big displacement didn't happen at market open, I would have just sticked on. I would have probably just left the cafe I was at. But the fact that we got this nice displacement towards such a high probability draw, I knew that like the chances were we were gonna get a setup today, so that's why I stayed, and we ended up catching the trade. But imagine that was your job. You wake up, you go to work, 2-hour workday. 90% of the time you're just fucking around on the internet, dude. And then you can end off the day. Say today was your work day. You end off the day with a $2,400 profit. Fucking withdraw that shit to your checking account. Take your girl out for a nice lunch. Dude, it's crazy, dude. It's crazy how much opportunity the internet and technology has provided us. And I feel bad for the people that don't recognize the opportunity, because you're literally shooting yourself in the foot, and you're living such a lower quality life than you could, just because of your ego and ignorance to the fact that there are ways to make money and there are careers that do sound that good. A lot of people think it's too good to be true, and they won't even attempt it because they think it's just a scam or it's not even like remotely possible. But the reality is like it takes a lot of work. Like first of all, just getting your emotions and being able to learn about yourself to that degree, it's like mental work. It's very draining and it's very intense, but it's a lot of mental work. It's not really like physical labor difficult. It's more mentally difficult. There's a lot of stress on the table because you don't know what's gonna happen, you know. And at the end of the day, like you could lose everything if you go on a. Actually, that's impossible. If you have a proven strategy, proven system, with good statistics, it's pretty. If as long as you're managing your risk, you're not full porting. It's pretty hard to literally lose everything. Like if you do have a 100K account and you're risking $1,000 per trade, do you know how hard it would be to lose everything? You'd have to lose 100 trades in a row. And then if you're losing 100 trades in a row, then imagine if you just did exactly the opposite of what you were doing. You would have 100% win rate, and you would literally would blow your account up like 10x, whatever it is. But I'm just yapping, boys. But if you can't tell, I'm in a banging mood. I just realized like you gotta stop stressing about this shit. The more you care and the more pressure you're putting on yourself and the more you're like going into the market wanting to see results, the more you're gonna fuck up, dude. You have to just have a very carefree, very relaxed, chill mindset when it comes to this profession. Like, don't make it harder on yourself. It's so simple. I have a very big problem of like overthinking, you know, because in my head it's like, oh, I have to be some kind of wizard. I have to look at the chart. I have to know exactly what price is doing at exactly every moment. That's not true, bro. All you gotta do is, like ICT said in this one TikTok I saw, like all you're looking for is one characteristic in price that you see repeat itself, and you just have to catch that little trade over and over again, you know, and that's it. You don't have to worry about what price is doing for the rest of the day, rest of the week. You don't have to care what it's doing like month to month. Bro, every day or every other day, there's a certain characteristic of price. In my system, the specific repeatable characteristic I see is I see a certain draw of liquidity get hit, and my specific entry model is just a continuation towards that draw on liquidity. Every single day, there is a draw on liquidity getting hit, right? Every single day. You can go in the charts and look at it. Every day, there's either a high or low getting taken or an imbalance getting filled. Every single day. So my whole strategy is just catching a little bit of that move to that draw on liquidity. And that could be, for me, it's a reaction out of a fair value gap, right? I need to see price displaced towards the draw on liquidity. I need to see price tell me that we are actually going to hit this draw on liquidity, right? And then I just wait for some sort of retracement into a PDRA, fair value gap, and I wait for a nice displacing reaction. Simple, simple, simple. Now, it sounds a lot easier than it is, because there comes a point where you have to use your discretion, and like I said, every day there's draws on liquidity getting hit. But if you just rush into the setup just because you think your draw on liquidity is going to get hit, you're going to get burnt. Like, you know how many opportunities you could have gotten burnt here? Just because you think this draw on liquidity is going to get hit doesn't mean every single bullish entry would have been good. You have to be very, very locked in and kind of recognize that, like, you need price to this, like, you need to see what you see happen over and over again. You want to see happen in front of your face. Like, you just can't take random bullish candles expecting price is going to rip to this draw on liquidity. You have to wait and see, okay, is price honest? Do you think price is going to go up right now here? Nah, I was like, nah, I didn't want price to retrace to here. But when we got this displacement retrace, I'm like, okay, from my market experience, I knew that this was the leg that's going to take us to this draw, right? This was an advanced trade because we were chopping. Like, who knows which leg would take us to this draw. It wasn't this leg, it wasn't this leg, it wasn't this leg, it was this leg. And that takes a lot of experience to be able to identify which actual price leg is gonna take you to the draw, but that's where like back testing, forward test, that's where the work comes in, and that's what people don't understand. Like it does sound too good to be true, but people don't understand how much work goes into like actually being able to identify your entry, identify your system, stick to your system. That takes hundreds of hours, even thousands of hours. Once you get it though, then it's fucking simple. Then it's just you matter of going in every morning and executing. The hard part is like learning and getting good at your strategy. That is the hard part. And that is the part where a lot of people can't stick through it. They can't stick through it because it's so hard. Like think what career is harder to you? What is this fucking success rate? What is the success rate for an apprentice plumber to become a master's plumber, right? Say because day one beginner plumber, if he likes it, what is the percentage chance he becomes like a master plumber, right? I bet it's a lot higher than the percentage of a beginner day trader actually making it to like that professional profitable level. 90%, 99% of traders lose and they fail and they give up. Only 1% are consistently profitable, 10% max. Which profession's harder? There's a reason why these profitable traders make so much money and it's so easy for them. It's because they went through all the hardship and adversity and they pushed through when the 90% couldn't handle it. They couldn't do it. That is why the results for the 1% are so much greater than these other careers, because it's harder than these other careers. To become a doctor, it's very hard. Look at it. It's very hard to become a doctor, and why do you think they get compensated so much for it? The universe works in mysterious ways, you know what I mean? Look at how hard it is to become a lawyer or a doctor or like a scientist or some shit. But look how much money they get paid. They get paid in equivalence to how hard it was to get there. Look at the journey to become a doctor, bro. Like no wonder they get paid multiple six figures. And now compare that to something like trading. Look at how hard it is to get to that profitable level. No wonder they're pulling in 100K months. I would say becoming a trader, day trader, is honestly more difficult than becoming a doctor, because of the fact that you have zero support, you have zero respect from anyone. You know, it's so dependent on your level of self-belief and your level of delusion, that like when you go around and people ask you what you're trying to do, what you're doing, you say, oh, I want to be a doctor, you get instant like support, instant appreciation. You get all these good like dopamine triggering things that it basically encourages you to keep going, you know, not give up. When you tell people you're trying to become a day trader, oh my god, bro, oh my god, that is literally the hardest fucking part. That is the hardest part, is being able to deal with all of the responses to that question. What do you want to do? Oh, I want to be a day trader. They look at you like you have 8 heads. They look at you like you are a fucking like crazy person. You want to do what? Because they don't understand what it is. But still, like, dude, they laugh in your face. They doubt you. They think you're a gambler. Oh, this kid's going to lose everything. He's so stupid. He's so stupid, bro. But then when he pulls up in the fucking... like, look at all these guys online, dude. Do you think they all make money from their courses? Like, come on, bro. There are so many profitable traders out there, and those are the people who didn't give a fuck about what the haters or like what the people thought about them. They had enough delusion, enough self-belief that they stuck with it, and now they're rewarding off of that hard work. Dude, the reactions you get from telling people you're a day trader, it's like, honestly, like, I don't know how I'm gonna handle this question this coming year. Like, when people, I'm just gonna say that I'm in finance, like I have a job, because it's honestly easier. What am I gonna like? Do these people who don't understand what I'm doing? I don't want to have to sit there and explain every single time what I'm doing or what I'm trying to do. It's so much easier just to say, oh, I'm in finance, or like what? I don't even know. What do you guys think in the comments? What do you say when someone, if you're a day trader, you're unprofitable, or even if you're profitable, and someone asks you, what do you do for money? What the fuck do you say, dude? It's such a like, because it's not a normal response, so people's reactions are gonna be so fucking crazy and funny. I don't know. I feel like if I'm profitable and I'm pulling in over 10K a month. I'm just gonna say like I have an online business. I don't even know. Just say, let's say I get lucky. Someone, yo, what do you do for work? I don't know. I just get lucky in the markets. That sounds stupid. That sounds like you're a gambler. I honestly have no idea, bro. If you guys are still watching, leave in the comments what you would say or what you currently say when someone asks you what do you do for work. But yeah, this is just a big ass gamble. Look at this displacing candle right here. If this was reacting off of some, wow, this actually is reacting off this gap. Look at how these gaps fucking hold price, bro. But that's like a perfect example of what an entry confirmation candle would be. This candle alone was bigger than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This candle was bigger than the previous 6 candles. That's how you know like there's buying pressure there, right? But that'll do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Your boy might be on a generational run here, to be honest. If I have another winning day and I have 2 XFAs, dude, my first payout will be like $2,000, $3,000, which I think is pretty sweet. But I'm not going to get too ahead of myself. Obviously, stay humble. I did get lucky today because this trade wasn't taken in the best market condition. But again, I've seen it happen before. I liked how we were displacing out of this gap. It was worth money, in my opinion. But see you guys tomorrow. Probably no trades tomorrow, honestly, because this was a good week for me. 3 nice setups. I'm still gonna log on tomorrow and just watch, but I'm really gonna try to not take a trade. Like, we would have to see some very clear displacement towards a very clear draw, have a very nice retracement to a P. Like, everything would have to be really perfect for me to take a trade tomorrow, because I mean I'm happy to go into the weekend with how we ended today. Let's just keep it at that. But yeah, that'll do it for today. Stay in tune for tomorrow and next week. Deuces, boys.